Welcome to the third and final installment of our patient with a diabetic wound, and the question is, will it, won't it heal? Did she lose the toe? What's going on? So here is the final part of that with a little bit of a surprise ending. So I hope that you enjoy our final installment of our diabetic patient with a wound. All right, so let's have you bend your knee and kind of roll it to the outside a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's facing a little more upwards. Yeah, I don't know that that really did it. Okay. So you've been staying in the post-op shoe and putting, what are you putting on this now?
I've been putting on the Neosporin cream, and the last couple of days I put that other stuff in.
The Promogran?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I feel like you're still just on it too much. Because it's still here and this thing should be closed by now. So what are we going to change?
Well, I made plans not to go anywhere this weekend.
Do you have a knee scooter?
Yes, I got rid of it yesterday.
Why?
Because I can't use it.
Okay.
I've tried and I just cannot do it.
Okay, that's fair.
And to tell you the truth, I really don't need to go anywhere where I have to use it. And I've tried really hard, but this week I've been probably worse. You know, not running downstairs and doing laundry or running upstairs, so I've tried to really...
Well, let's see if we can find one of our pads today that, even with the little bit of walking you're doing, that we can use to keep the pressure off the spot.
Sure.
I mean, it's not deep, it's not infected, it's just still here. And okay, and this base is nice and healthy, so we should get this, be able to get this to heal. So we are now looking at, it was 3 by 2. It's now like 4 millimeters by 1 millimeter. It got a little bit longer, but it's narrower. So let's just stay off it this week as much as humanly possible. You know, maybe like get a little office chair on wheels that you can roll around your house on. Or something. And then I want to see if we can find a pad that will help offload this. So
Okay.
I think trimming this once a week really is going to help it heal faster if we can keep you off it. So we're just going to put a little antibiotic and a Band-Aid. Okay, and then let's see if there is a way that we can use one of these kinds of pads to keep the pressure off it. So if we put this down here, that'll kind of lift it up a little bit, and then just put that over the top like this. Okay. So now nothing is pushing right here.
Okay.
So I'll give you enough of these to get you through the week. And let's see if staying off it over this holiday weekend and having you use this pad for this amount of time that you're on your foot will keep it, will get it healed. We're very close. Yes.
And then, so shall I just put the Neosporin on it?
You have the Neosporin cream, not the ointment, correct?
Right, correct.
Okay. I would do that. That's why it hasn't gotten infected. And keep it covered with the Band-Aid, with your, oh, something. I forgot we're not doing the Band-Aid.
That's okay.
It's okay for now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try it.
Okay. So I'll get you enough of these, and then if you need to change this and just put the gauze on when you get home, that's fine. unless you want me to do it right now.
No, that's like, so the gauze would be obviously closer to the wound, and then I could put that stuff over the gauze.
Right, so, here's the wound. We want one piece, so the wound is here. We want one piece underneath to kind of lift this up when you step on it, and then this can go around it so there's no shoe pressure on it.
Right.
Okay, so let's try that for the week, and that's what we'll change.
How long? Yeah, I can just pull it off.
Yeah, it is closed. However, when I trim off the callus and the outer layers, I can almost guarantee it's still there. Although you were off your feet for a while because of this, and when you were, how many days were you in the hospital?
3
Okay.
and a half.
So that is still pretty warm, and so there's still infection in there. So I'm glad you're seeing your primary doc tomorrow.
Okay.
And then let's get this trimmed up today. Yeah, so as long as there's no fever, there's no chills except for a little bit last night. Your primary doc tomorrow I'll just let them put you back on a different antibiotic for a little bit longer. But yeah, you're not out of the woods. That's still infected. But having you be off your feet in the hospital for 3 days helped this quite a bit.
Well, I was so good before then because I had so much going on last weekend that I knew that I was very diligent. And then, of course, when all this sickness hit me, it was kind of like I never got out of bed.
The sickness being the infection in your leg?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is pretty darn close to being healed. Now, if you can go this one next week, being off your feet about as much as you were last week, I think this thing will be completely healed over. It's pretty darn close. It's still just a little bit open right here. And so we're looking at 1 millimeter by like 4 millimeters. So it's teeny, but it is still open. So we do still need to take care of it. Now, if you can't get the wound dressing material on it, just a little bit of that Neosporin covering it.
Oh, I can.
I mean, it's so small, I don't know that there's anywhere for you to put it. So I think just putting a little antibiotic on it and covering it will be fine.
Yeah, no, I haven't been doing that other stuff, but I have been putting the Neosporin cream on it.
Okay, good. So keep doing that. Sorry, I had a bug crawling on my face.
Oh.
And the rest of this is very well healed, so I'm very, very pleased.
Did you make it bleed?
That's my job. All right. All right, so, if you have any questions after you see your primary tomorrow, I can't see that they would admit you again. I think you can handle that with orals. But if you have any questions or anything, I'm on call this weekend for the office.
Okay.
So we're only here Fridays till 12:30, but you can always get a hold of me through the phone system. And I think you have my cell phone anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
So just text me if there's any questions. If they readmit you, just let me know that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, I don't think they should.
I wouldn't, but it is pretty darn, hot and still infected, and this concerns me. So I doubt they will, and they should be able to get you through with a good oral antibiotic for long enough, but just let me know how it goes.
Okay.
That looks great.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah, so this part looks really good. Yeah, look at that.
But you're still finding stuff to...
No, this is just callus.
Well, that's what I mean. There's still callus.
Right, the callus I'm not worried about. It's the open wound
Sure.
that I'm worried about. And that is way less. All right, so it's barely open, and it's open like 2 millimeters by 1 millimeter. So you're going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So when you get back, this will be closed. Okay? So set something up for when you get back, and we'll take a look at it. So.
I'm worried about my leg.
Okay, what about the toe? Is today the day?
You know, it's got a scab that you're going to whittle away, and it's got some tissue on the big toe that you're going to whittle away.
Okay. So let's look at this first.
Yes.
That actually looks great.
Doesn't it? Except for that.
No, I think that's just a scab. I think it's healed.
Yeah. I tell you, those 2 weeks that I was away, the skin just peeled everywhere. Like, I mean, it's still peeling.
Okay, babe. You know what?
You think it's done?
We're healed.
Oh, yay!
All right, so this is done. And we can go out and celebrate tonight. No, I got a meeting at my surgery center tonight.
Oh.
But this looks good. So if you want to keep a dry bandage on it just for protection, we can. But you no longer need to have
The Neosporin and all that stuff.
Right, because it's closed. So the little dots that you're seeing in here, that's just where some little blood vessels under the skin kind of popped.
Oh.
It does not mean that the wound is open. This wound is closed for business. Yay!
That's excellent.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the opposite foot now. And when did this wound start? Do you remember? Did I see it last week when you were
saw it last week, and it was like a couple days before that. So
okay, so a little over a week.
Yeah.
And because it's red and warm around here, I'm going to get you started on an antibiotic, and then we'll see you once a week
Yeah.
to trim this.
Yeah.
Okay.